Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider, and welcome back to another review. Now, before I start things off, I just want to say a couple things. Today is July 5th, and so some people were still shooting off fireworks earlier. They seem to have stopped, but yeah, they might start up again. So if throughout this review you hear some bangs going on in the background, that's what that is. Second, I have a fan going on in my room right now because it is 110 where I live. So, yeah, I prefer not to melt, so I got a fan going on. So if you hear like a buzzing going on, that's what that is. If that bugs you, too bad. Like I said, I don't want to melt, so... with all that out of the way, let's kick off the review. Today's review is going to be the NECA Alien Big Chap. So yeah, let's get started. Now, first thing we're going to do is take a quick look at the packaging. So let's raise up the camera. See the packaging? You can see me. Hello. So, you got the packaging. It says Alien at the top. It's got a thing up here. Ooh, you can see my hair and how messy it is. That's a better angle. You can see it. You got the alien, got some eggs, got some words. You got the bottom. You got the people who worked on it. You got the side. You got the other side. And you got the back. So I can just pull out the sleeve. Yeah, this box is not aged well. Yeah, you got the back of the box. Yeah, pretty cool picture. Then you got the cover of the movie. So I was confused as to why the egg is opening upside down, because the egg opens up at the top. So why is it? I don't know. That was confused me. I don't know if it's like a concept art and they just never changed it or something. I don't know. Not sure. Yeah. So that's the box. Alright. Now, on to the big chap himself. Now, for any of you wondering why it is referred to as the big chap, I actually had to look this up myself. Apparently, it's because the actor who played the original Alien, Balaji Badejo, I am positive I mispronounced that. He was a real tall guy. He's like 6'10", or 7'2". I've seen different sources say both, so I say one or the other, and I don't know which is true. So either way, really tall guy, and with the suit on top of that, even bigger. So apparently the cast and crew would call him Big Chap. And then toys and other such things started using that name as the official title of the original Alien. So yeah, that's where that comes from. Yeah, I just learned you guys something. Anyways. Alright, so enough stalling. Let's get into the Alien. So, start off with articulation. So let's get the camera in a better position, because this is a real tall figure. So the head can look that far up. Can't really look that far up, and it's not this getting in the way. It's just the head just doesn't really want to look up any further than that. So yeah, and it is on a ball joint as far as I know. However, it can look down pretty far. That's pretty cool. You get some side to side action going on there, and you can look around. Yeah, not sure if we can do a 360 because of the shoulder thingies. I think maybe this way? Huh, can't do 360. Ain't that nice? The arms can go that far out. Ugh. Joints are a little stiff, can go all the way around. It's got a bicep rotation, which again can go all the way around. Has an elbow joint, so it can... Unfortunately, it can't really bend too far. That's as far as it goes, so that's unfortunate. I don't think the other one... Yeah, the other one doesn't bend any further than that either. And then the hands rotate. Oh, I completely skipped over... You know what? Actually, we're going to save that last for dramatic effect. The torso, I believe, is also on a ball joint. Yeah, it seems like it. Can kind of get side to side a little bit. Can't really do a crunch or an arch. Kind of is just... Yeah. Can't rotate it, though. Yeah. The joints are really stiff on mine because I don't move them around too much. So the joints haven't loosened. Now the hips are on a weird slant joint. So they can move like that. So, yeah. So you can do that. No, in around. It's just that vertical joint. So, yeah. The knee, you have above the knee swivel, so you can do that. The knee can bend about that much and extend that far. So, yeah, he's a pretty tall guy. And then you have the ankle, which can go up and down. And it's kind of ratcheted, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of clicky. If you can hear that. It's got a bit of a click to it. Whoops, bumped the camera. Then you got the tail. The tail, instead of trying to do like ball joints or something, they just decided to make the tail bendy wire. So you can make the tail go in whatever position that you want it to. It's pretty unlimited. So yeah, you can kind of do whatever position you want. The only thing that's limiting it is the words can't make brain. Or brain can't make words. That's what I meant to say. I can't even speak wrong. I can't talk. So yeah, material around the tail is a bit thick at the base, so it can't maneuver as much here. Doesn't hold the positions doesn't hold the positions as much. It kind of just, it's kind of too thick for the wire to bend it. But towards the tip of the tail, you can get plenty of positions and not really hindered much at all. So yeah. However, because the tail is made out of this softer material, the tip is super flimsy. So yeah, not a lot sharp. Now, the last bit of articulation. The mouth. You can open it up, and then you see, you grab it, you can pull out the inner jaw. Oh! So yeah, pretty cool. Now, when closing the jaw, do be careful because it can get caught on itself. You can see mine's already kind of caught. I tried to like push it back into position, but yeah, so be careful when closing the jaw back up. Yeah, so that's all for articulation on this guy, which is not too great. It's a little limited, but it is an older NECA figure. This one is from 2008, and yeah, they've gotten a lot better when it comes to articulation on their figures. So this one is a bit limited, but you still got enough articulation there. Plus, it's not like the original Alien was pulling off any crazy maneuvers anyways, so not too bad. Now, on to details. I'm gonna raise up the camera once again, because this is a tall figure. So, you got the head, which is a nice, clear dome, which is how the original suit was. Although it wasn't super visible, like it wasn't, like on camera, like the inner head was not as visible as it is here. But if you look at like production photos, it was pretty clear. So kind of accurate, kind of not, whatever. So you got the skull inside, which is pretty cool. You got the little paintwork inside. You got the little spikes inside the dome. It's pretty cool. You got the other details on the head. You got the teeth. So unfortunately, some of the silver paint has scratched off on the teeth. You can see there. That's unfortunate. You can open it up and pull out their jaw. I find it is best to grab it sideways, not grab it that way. That seems to be the best way to pull it out. So you got the jaw, which even the teeth on this thing are painted silver. So that's really cool. I do wish it was a bit longer. I feel like this is kind of way too short, because like in the movies it's showing like the jaw going like all the way through someone's head, and that seems like it would not go that far. I was trying to find a way to say it to where it wouldn't sound suggestive. Yeah, so you got this nice rib cage and stuff. There's not a whole lot of paint on the figure, but I'm not really bothered by that, because the plastic that they cast it in already has like this nice sheen on it, to where it kind of looks, especially on like the torso, it looks like it's kind of wet, even though it's not. So yeah, that looks really, really good. Plus, it's not like the Alien was known for like super vibrant colors or anything. So you got some silver on the fingers, on the toes and stuff, and then the head, and that's kind of all the paint on the figure. So yeah, like I said, not a whole lot, but honestly, I don't mind. I think it looks fine, because the detail work that goes on this is just super well done. Yeah, honestly, the only part of the figure that I think could have been done better is the tail. The sculpt on it is very nice, but you can see there's kind of some excess plastic on it. Just kind of annoying. I wish they did a better job of like trimming that off. You can see this a little bit here. So yeah, honestly, to me, as far as like detail work and all that, that's the only part of the figure that is kind of eh. Everything else just looks so good. They did a really, really good job at the sculpt with this figure. You got the back, everything. So yeah. Oops, gonna move the tail in position so he stands up better. He's got this slant position. Trying to find a way to where he's not slanting. Yeah. There we go. He's standing better now. So yeah, overall, pretty decent figure. There are some faults to it. You may have noticed that there are some bits here that are not there, and that is these pieces. Yeah, these tubes that go from the back of the jaw all the way to the shoulder blade. Well, they're kind of made out of a harder plastic. They do have some give to them, but obviously not enough, because both of them broke off. So yeah, that is unfortunate that broke. However, this is an issue that is fixed on pretty much all newer Alien figures that NECA have made. The tubes are now made out of a super soft plastic, or not plastic, I think they might be rubber on the newer ones. So yeah, there's like, you're not gonna break it unless you try to break it. So that's cool, but unfortunately this one, you do have to be careful. Yeah. So yeah, other than that, figure is pretty good and pretty solid too. Mine did break, but unlike my Gypsy Danger figures, it is 100% my fault, because the glue wore off on one of these back tubes. You can see I tried to glue it back on, which didn't work. Yeah, all the rest of them are nice and solid. They're not coming off anytime soon. It's just this one happened to just the glue wore off. So I set it aside to be glued. Well, it fell off where I had set it, and I had set it on a shelf. And keep in mind, the shelf is like pretty high up. It's like probably like 5 or 6 foot tall shelf. And this thing fell off of that onto hardwood floor. And the only thing that broke was its knee. So yeah, this one had to just glue it back into position. So I can't stand him to like its full height. But, because this knee is broken. But the fact that it fell from that high onto hardwood floor and only this broke, that tells me that this is a really durable figure. So yeah. So you really don't have to worry about this thing breaking, obviously, except for these, unless you're trying to break this figure. So yeah, that's a plus. It's a pretty sturdy figure. So I like that, because it seems like a lot of other, like, adult collector figures seem to be, like, more delicate than, like, kid stuff. Like, you think, like, adult collector, more expensive stuff are going to be more durable, but it ends up being more delicate. It's like, how does that work? But yeah, no, NECA, most of the time, seems to be much more sturdy, durable figures. Like, they're adult collector figures that are also still meant to be played with, and I really appreciate that. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. And I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered pretty much everything there is to cover about the figure. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. It's kind of like the spine exposed in the back. It's cool. Yeah, just a lot of cool sculpt on this figure. They did a very good job at bringing the trippy, semi-disturbing look of the alien to life in this figure. I really, really like it. So, with all that out of the way, I believe it is time for some size comparisons. Alright. So to start things off, we have a LEGO minifigure. The Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra. Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla. With the Bandai Creations Showa Gigan. With the Ultimate Edition NECA Gypsy Danger. And then, finally, with the previous review, the Galaxy of Adventures Luke Skywalker. Can you imagine if Xenomorphs are actually that big in the series? I don't think Ripley would have survived so many movies if that was the case. Anyways. So now, move the camera back a little bit further for this one. We do measuring time. So yeah, it's a pretty dang tall figure, and like I said, if you stood it up to its fullest, it'd be like, bump the camera. It's like 9.5 inches if you stand it all the way up. But I usually keep it in a more crouching position. Don't know why. I just do. So yeah, it's a pretty dang tall figure. So yeah, move the camera back into position. So yeah, it is quite tall. Quite tall. How many more times am I going to say quite tall? Not sure. Anyways, so yeah, pretty big. Not really, like, if you wanted to, like, put this with, I don't know, for whatever reason you wanted to put it for, like, your Marvel Legends or something like that. It is, or Star Wars Black Series, it is a bit too tall to scale with them. I mean, if you crouch it down like I am, it scales a bit better, but yeah, it's a little too tall for them. I mean, I don't know why you would put them with them, but just in case you wanted to know. It's a little too big to scale with 6-inch figures, but whatever. But, yeah, overall, it's a pretty cool xenomorph. Pretty cool alien figure. It is a little dated. The stuff that NECA puts out nowadays is a bit better than this, because again, it's from 2008. But it's definitely not a bad figure in the slightest. It is pretty dang cool. It's definitely like cool for like first time you want to get like a more articulated alien figure. This is definitely a good pick. In fact, this was not only my first alien figure, I think this is my first NECA figure that I ever got. And pretty good introduction, as I might say, because like I got it a long time ago. I don't think I got it back in 2008, but I got it quite a bit ago when this was not as dated today. Whatever, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyways, yeah. Now, if you wanted this figure for yourself, you'd have to go on eBay, because obviously it's not being sold retail anymore. And on there goes for around $40 last time I looked, which is a little steep for this figure. Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's completely worth that. I wouldn't say it's not worth it either. It's kind of, I don't know. I'll just leave it up to you. But yeah, last time I checked, around $40 is what I saw it being listed for. Yeah. So I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else left to say about the figure. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for this review. Hope you all enjoyed, and for any of you annoyed that this figure is also broken, don't worry. I promise I will review a non-broken NECA figure one day. But that day is not today, unfortunately. But anyways, until next time, see you later. Sayonara. Bye.